Hello everybody, welcome back to Stackflow. We are going to give this another go now that we have the controls all settled out and we know kind of what we're doing. So we need to basically aim to get a Tetris in these early rounds because that will get us the 55 points needed for a win. We've placed 500 pieces now. That's 3 rows. That's 4. And so, stack times flow. 11 times the required score. Smashed it. Let's add some blocks. So, when destroyed gives plus 25 stack. Transforms all blocks in a 2x2 area around it into a different block. This was very powerful. I will take some of those. 100 points required. Start there and there and there. Right, we've got our spot available for a Tetris. We will hold that. And there's our Tetris. A bunch of other blocks explode and go nuclear and do all kinds of weird and wacky stuff because of our library books. Let's grab some nuke. When destroyed, explodes its column. That's surely going to be a good time for us. I skipped over this. Hides the pieces left, next piece, and hold displays. Absolutely fine. So long as we know that we can get a long piece in the hold, which we now have, we will have no issues. Not no options, no issues. Sorted. Right, working at a pace of basically a minute a round. Reduce costs. If you clear the board completely, multiply everything by everything. We did that once with our books in the last episode, so you're telling me there's a chance. I think we done it a few times actually with these books because they can make explosives and things, which then give us such good chances of making other explosives and the like. I think I need some fireballs or something to shoot out and clear out the last few stragglers. When destroyed, each gives 0.3 for each block on the board. Interesting, that's new. When destroyed, gives through flow, transforms a random block on the board into a different block. I'll take that. That'll work out nicely. Level 5. Scooch that in there. Discover all magical blocks. We'll stick that down there and we can hold a different one to go in the gap. Just 3 remaining. I definitely think we can do that. When destroyed, releases 2 fireballs. There you go. Level 6. Pieces fall upwards instead of downwards. Pressing down to speed it going up is very unsettling. That's what I needed. Didn't get any fireballs, but we're fine. If you clear 3 or more lines, get a 2x. You can't use hold. Instead, it'll sacrifice your current piece to reduce the target score by 5%. That's very interesting. But makes it harder to do our full clear rewards. So, won't be going with that right now. 5,000 points needed. Thankfully, we can once again work in the correct orientation. Get some extra books in. I don't know why I'm working so hard on just playing everything this round. I guess the more stuff on the board, the more wild blocks we get, perhaps they have a chance to do interesting things when we score. Case in point. Well, 284,000. Seems solid enough. After 5 seconds, explodes. Brick, when placing a non-rotated piece, gain +1 flow. When destroyed, explodes a 3x3 area. I'll take some more explosives. Level 8, 10,000 points needed. Put that in that gap, I think. Actually, I'm going to put it down here so that we make all of the available fireballs. Let's do that, because we know we're going to clear the bottom 4 rows, all going well. Please destroy that one last brick. No! I mean, we had plenty of score, but I wanted the mega bonus. Electric guitar, when destroyed, gives 4 stack multiplied the number of electric guitars in the same column. When destroyed, gives +2 flow multiplied by the number of acoustic guitars in the same column and some red dice. I'm going to skip those. They don't add to my bonkers plans. Pieces rotate automatically every 3 seconds. Whatever will I do with this square piece? What if it rotates awkwardly? I didn't think about where I was going to put my long piece. It's awkward, isn't it? Hold that one. That was not enough points. Are you going to destroy that block? No. Okay. Alright, we'll build up to the left wall this time. Hold that. There's only 3 pieces left, so let's just get them all on the board. It's not enough. Damn, I thought we were in, like, guarantee for a shoe-in. Maybe my first run was just so bonkers, it set me up on unreasonable expectations. You kind of know if you haven't scored enough because whilst all the scoring's going on, I think the game knows in the back end because it doesn't show you your preview. When destroyed gives 10 stack, every 5 seconds a random adjacent block becomes uranium if it is not nuclear. Sure. Although that de-incentivizes playing fast, I suppose. Like, normally I would not play this here, but I want to get uranium going, so... T-spin? It's big, but it's not humongous. I'm worried that that's not gonna be enough. Right. Mimics will help. What are we? You lose the preview of where the piece is going to be placed. Like, the radioactive stuff is definitely better than just the basic scoring. But once we get to other weird and wonderful stuff in play, I wonder if it will be nearly as good. Like, they're destroying my mimics. There must be some other synergy for it, though. Surely. Stack is given by blocks of your initial deck and multiplied by ×2. If you place a piece without rotating it, gain +5 flow. You can't use hold. Instead, it sacrifices current pieces to reduce. Let's take that, and then we can sacrifice some of the radioactive stuff if I feel like that is suitable. Well, that didn't go down. I don't know if it was supposed to or if that's going to come later. I can't hold long pieces for Tetrises now, though. Okay. I didn't really think this through. Yeah, the score reductions aren't happening to the live preview as far as I can tell. When destroyed, creates a slime in a random gap in a lower row. Sure. If we're going to have gaps because we can't hold line pieces for Tetrises anymore, we might as well be better prepared. Right, it's a whole different game now. Now that we can't just rely on single giant scoring hands. I say hands. Tetrises. You know what I mean. When destroyed, gives +4 stack multiplied by the number of piano blocks in the same row. Worker bee, queen bee, arcanist. Don't think there's any way to get rid of stuff, which is going to be interesting in the long term. When a block is placed, give 0.5 stack for each adjacent colony block. When a block is placed, give 0.5 flow for each adjacent colony block. They would be great if you started on them early, which might be a reason to re-roll in future runs. Hides the pieces left and hold and stuff. But we still get the preview at the bottom, which is nice. I didn't even think about that being a line clear. Weird work by the slimes. That was just fortunate. But these points are not going to be it, are they? We must have very few pieces left. Yeah, okay. Uranium or whatever it was, not the play. Also, getting rid of hold is just not worth. We have one more long piece left, please. Thank you. Right. When destroyed, gives 0.3 point for each block on the board. This is only good if you get it very early and then stack loads of stuff high up. I'm just going to take my bookshelves, see how we go. Shelves. Right. We are cruising. Red can go on the left, so put purple on the right. Lovely. Nuke. When destroyed, explodes its columns nearby, giving 1 per stack. Nearby blocks give +5 stacks instead. Yeah, that's fine, because that's not the radioactive one. Getting 5 of them is a lot. The horizontal controls are reversed. Blech. Nobody wants to see that. this is so much more taxing than just about everything else you can do in this game. Let's leave some pieces left to make a second group if we need to. We don't need to. Speedrunner. If you place a piece within 2 seconds after it spawns, get +3 stack. Pieces will automatically be placed 3 seconds after it spawns. You gain +10 stack every time a piece is placed. Acceptance. If you place a piece without rotating it, gain 5 flow. All great stuff. I'm just going to take Speedrunner because I'm comfortable there. 600 points. And now I can't think because I'm just trying to go fast. Or I can't talk, rather. Because every move matters. This is the end of our deck. I need more flow, I think. Lots of points, not lots of flow. When placing a non-rotated piece, gain 1 flow. When a block is placed, gives 0.5 flow for each colony. I'll take the bricks. We get a brick in early, that'd be nice. 15 hundo points. These are not the pieces I need for not rotating, that's for sure. Let's just get a piece in. Solid. Obsidian gains +1 flow whenever another fortress block is destroyed. When destroyed, grants the total accumulated flow. Give me the mimics. They've got flow and can transform other random stuff, and random stuff means we can have chains of things. You lose the preview of where the piece is going to land. Hard to go fast with this. But we'll do what we can. That's more like it. Acceptance. If you place a piece without rotating it, gain 5 flow. Pieces will play automatically. You can't use that. Give me acceptance. That goes well with our speed and our block pieces. Oh, I don't like what I've built here. This is very not good. I'm going to bail on this really early stuff. And be fine. Never punished. Can't be rotated, gives +2 flow when destroyed. I don't think it's worth it. Give me more bookshelf. Level 8, 10,000 points. I need a lot of blue pieces now, which is awkward. Well, it's not blue, but it is the L shape I wanted. That one is blue. God, these shapes are getting really awkward. Let's just take what we've got. Interesting that they didn't just continue to add to my combo while the spell was falling. You know? Okay, good. But we are not as bonkers strong as we were the first time I played. More bricks or arcanists? Give me more bricks. Hides the pieces left, next piece, and hold display. Right, we've got our long piece in the hold. No idea how many pieces we have left. Very close to what we needed. Doesn't quite get us there. This long channel in the center is a problem. Oh god, when did the score requirement get so high, damn it? We cannot have many pieces left. We cannot. So what is that green one doing there, you know? Also, there's a gap in the lower right corner, which is a big problem. Damn! Getting crushed today. Alright, one more. I really think I set myself up with wild expectations after the first game we were playing and then I threw by mistake just because I couldn't get a long piece over the geometry I had built. If I rotate this in... Actually, we can do that, that's fine. Okay. So maybe books aren't as silly broken as I'd hope. Give me something colony, perhaps. start with a queen bee. We know we can win these early games without any major bonuses. And we'll see if we can find some more colony pieces in a moment. That's interesting. It's not quite the behavior I expected, but it's a very welcome one. Hive, when destroyed, gives +1 stack for each worker bee block, multiplied by the number of queen bee blocks. Alright, I'm here for it. Pieces rotate every 3 seconds. This is going to be awkward to get in that gap when it rotates, isn't it? Gonna need an extra long piece. There's one. $91, 100 extra flow. Seems quite good. Some more stack now would be great. After placing your last piece, gain 200 stack. Stack given by blocks of your initial deck and multiplied by ×2. You place a piece without rotating it, gain 5. Give me Point Rush. See how that goes. Level 4. There's a gap there. Yeah, there's a lot of flow. Show me more hive stuff. Let's really get it. Give me some worker bees. That's what I need. There you go. Honey, adjacent colony block bonuses are multiplied by ×2. Right, but we need the stack versus the molt that we've already got, I think. Could be on for something very good here. Shame. Well, okay. I'm just gonna play that now. T-spin that in. Hold that. Oh, we got 2 of those. Lovely. How does that do now? Better. Right. Transforms a random block on the board into a different block, so it doesn't copy the ones that they've otherwise got. When destroyed, releases a flying bone that shatters the first block it hits, giving 5 stack per block. I'm going to skip to get 2 rerolls for next time and try and stay on this arc of colony, you lose the preview of where the piece is going to land. Not the worst one, but a little tedious. I want this to touch all of that stuff. Right, we're not going to get a Tetris out of this, but we are growing our total score very nicely right now. Basically, every piece that we play. Nice. And we still had a good, like, third of the board unfilled. Reduces target score by 25%. You can't use hold. If you place a piece without rotating it, gain 5 flow. I'm going to take shortcut. Why make things more difficult for myself when I can just not? Shame about... Actually, we can probably play these somewhere, right? And find a different one in a minute. This sucks. I'm increasing my score way too much. Green one coming is ideal. Need another one of those, really. Oh, no. Jeez. I looked at my score and I was like, that is not going to be enough score. Score's going to need to be higher than that. Alright, stop panicking. Hive. When destroyed, gives +1 stack for each worker bee block multiplied by the number of queen bee blocks. Or just more queen bee blocks. More queen bee blocks, please. Let's start with that there, hold this. Okay. Good start. A very unideal spot for that, though. Oh, jeez. That is not strong. Am I not going to be able to... Oh, no, I can probably Tetris if we T-spin in here. Could I please get some shapes that fit in these damn holes? Okay, score's doing great with this colony malarkey. Honey, adjacent colony block bonuses are multiplied by ×2. Happy with that. Clearing less than 4 rows multiplies your stack by half. Okay, haven't seen this one before, but we are team score Tetrises every time anyway. Discover all colony blocks. Hold that. Get that down there. Good. Very happy. Great peace outcomes there. Good. Need more workers, ideally. When another perk activates, gain +1 flow. After placing last, if you clear 3 or more lines in a single combo, gain 2x flow. Stackmaster will do it. Level 10, 30,000 points. Less 25%, of course. Right. You're in there. I'm just gonna sacrifice that one single hole at the bottom. I think I can handle that. We've got a lot of B bonuses going on. Got our long piece in reserve. Yeah, that's going well. Alright, skip those. 40,000. I would love a T-piece. I would love about 8 T-pieces right now. Or another long bar. $200K. Crushing it. None of that. Moorhive, when destroyed, gives +1 stack for each worker bee block multiplied by the number of queen bee blocks. I just don't think it's that good. Of all the hive stuff. I think I need more worker bees. Hides the pieces left next piece and hold piece. Okay. That's a nice little build we've made. So much buzzing. I was a bit premature on that one. I was waiting to find a T-piece. There you go. It's going to be a little awkward, I think, but we should be okay. Oh, I biffed it. I did a big old biff. Biff and chips. Oh, I keep pushing buttons I didn't mean to push. I'm not sure when my last, because at the end it fills your last piece up with your current piece. I don't know how many pieces I had left, so I made sure to use a late game bar piece when we found it. If you place a piece within 2 seconds after it spawns, gain 3 pieces automatically placed after 3 seconds. No, we'll go with speed runner there. Level 13, 75,000 points. We know we can do that. Stick that there. I will wait for a different line piece to be the right-hand side piece, given that there's so much synergy happening with all of these guys right now. Finally, got one of those in the bank. Just look at those stats grow, man. I think that's quite big. Yep. Get some rerolls back in. Right, we just have to not screw up, which I know is like 95% of what's happening here at any given moment is just don't screw it up. Squeeze that in there. That can fill up that gap down there. That's going nicely, I would say. That gives that somewhere to sit. My brain's getting to a point where it's like, what? How much is, like, too excessive? Only 777,000 that time. We really need to cluster that stuff together if we want it to do its best work. $125 pieces rotate automatically every 3 seconds. Alrighty. Start me there and there. Build that up on the opposing side. Because we want the colony stuff to be touching as much colony stuff as possible. Basically. You hear the speed of those ticks of the procs going, that it tells us that we have a lot of our colony stuff touching a lot of our other colony stuff, which was the desired outcome. Also that I'm playing pieces quite quickly, but, you know, things happen. $3.5 million because of this nice grid structure there, I think. You can't use hold. Pieces will automatically be placed 3 seconds. After placing your last piece, gain 200. Sure. We play our last piece a lot of the time here. 200,000 points. Give me one of those. One of those. Set up our column over there. Hard part of a lot of this is not knowing how deep into the deck of pieces the stuff that you need is eventually going to show up, you know? Oh god, oh god. Also, I have not been following, but are the piece drops getting faster the later into the game we get? Because I know that's a traditional Tetris thing, but I just haven't. Oh, we don't have a long piece. I didn't save a long piece. I got distracted. Oh, thank God. I got so distracted by thinking about the piece speed. Hive, when destroyed, gives 1 stack for each worker bee. I'm going to take this just because it's colony blocks that can touch other colony blocks, even if it was only one of them. How high does levels go, man? Is it 20 and then 21's the finale, perhaps? Let's get that there. This here. Why am I doing this? I don't know. That's why. Good. No, no, no. Honey, adjacent colony blocks are extra. How high does this go? Pieces fall. Oh, God. No. No. Why did you do that? Right, hold that. Play this. I need another bar piece eventually. There it is. Nine. Oh. That got closer than I'd like. If you place a piece without rotating it, pieces fall automatically. When another perk activates, gain +1 flow. I'm not even sure what other perks we have that are like solid for this. When do you win? That's what I really don't understand at this moment in time. At this stage, it's just about getting as many honey pieces to touch as possible. And then saving one last bar piece for later. You know what? We can play twice if we have to. We're fine. No, no, no. No, no, no. 1,000,000 points. And yet we're still nowhere near seeing the end of the line for the end game. Need to save something. No! No, I can't get over. It's my last piece and I can't get over this. We still got 500,000, but not enough. God. Damn. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.